Hello, everyone. My name is Aiden Simons, and this is my presentation on my Capstone experience. Okay, so here's just a quick table of contents. First off, I go just over a quick overview about me. After that, I'll go over the contents of the e-portfolio, including the goals of the e-portfolio and the assignments I chose, as well as the capstone choice I chose. After that, I'll go over the impactful people and experiences I've had while at App State and, how I think that's going to play a part in my later career. And finally, after that, I'll go over some of my short-term and long-term goals in terms of business, at least. All right, so just a quick introduction about me. I'm a senior at App State, and I'm graduating this spring in May of 2024. And I'm hoping to get my degree in computer information systems. And one fun fact about me is that I like snowboarding. It's one of the reasons I decided to come to App State in the first place is because of the snowboarding and skiing opportunities up here. So yeah, I just think it's a really fun activity to do, and I enjoy it a lot. Okay, so this is how my EAT portfolio is kind of split up. We had five goals along with assignments to go with each of those goals, and then a capstone choice. All right, so for my first goal, which was analytical thinking and problem solving, I decided to do my assignment on the cybersecurity case study, Blue Yarrow Unicorns. And basically, for this assignment, I was hired by a company, well, Blue Yarrow Unicorns, and it's a fictional company, but basically they wanted me to conduct a penetration tests on their employees' credentials and try to crack as many of their employee passwords as possible. So that's what I chose for that goal. For goal two, which is effective communication through writing and speech, I decided to do my business communications in China report for this one. For this report, I had to, research some of the different like social and like cultural differences between, the U.S. and China in terms of conducting business, and I included things like, language, some of the like cultural differences, and some nonverbal, communication patterns as well. And the goal of this was, as a U.S. businessman, just kind of going over the do's and don'ts of like what to do when conducting, business with a foreign businessman or woman in China. For goal three, which is underestimated or, geez, underest okay, understanding ethics and social responsibility. I did my presentation on artificial intelligence in Canada, and for this presentation, I kind of go over, what artificial intelligence is, the five W's, which is who, what, when, where, and why. They're using artificial intelligence in Canada, and then at the end of it, I had to brainstorm and just kind of come up with a few ways that you could use artificial intelligence to solve some sustainable development goals or SDGs in Canada. Okay, so for my functional business knowledge and technical skills goal, I used my loan amortization schedule for this, and it's pretty, self-explanatory what that was. In Excel, I used if statements, payment functions, and, just formatting Excel in general to create a loan amortization schedule, just based on like a 30-year mortgage loan. But I did make it to where it was customizable, so you could change, some of the parameters within the loan, and it'll still come out with an accurate loan amortization schedule. Okay, so for goal five, knowledgeable of the global environment of business, I decided to do my presentation on SDG goal two, which is zero hunger in India. And this presentation kind of just goes over what, SDG goal two is, and, some of the data of how India is, how, yeah, how India is performing in, striving for zero hunger. And then at the end, I come up with some GIT or global information technology solutions to solve India's hunger issues. And then for my capstone choice, I decided to go over my part-time work experience at Outback Steakhouse. Okay, so here's a couple of people that had a big impact on me while here at App State. The first one is Professor Eggers. He taught my business law class, and the way he taught and kind of set up the class, um, I've never been, interested in law or anything like that, ever in my life. But the way he was able to, set it up and kind of connect what we were learning to his personal experiences when he was a lawyer, really made it, helpful and a lot easier to understand what we were going over. Personally, he's one of, if not my favorite professor that I've had at App State, just because of how well he can, teach the material. And you can just tell that he has a genuine interest in, the law and teaching. So he had a big impact on my college career. And another one is Professor Hassler. He taught my excuse me. He Professor Hassler, he taught or he sorry. He he taught, our Python class or programming software solutions class. And the way he set up his class and, taught the material, it was, a lot less of the traditional, you got to really focus on your grades and memorize the material so you can, do it for tests. The way he set it up was a lot more of like a learning environment. It wasn't, necessarily, too much importance on grade. I mean, he still, obviously had to grade stuff, but it was a lot more focused on actually learning the material rather than, just memorizing it for a test or an assignment or something like that. So that was, that stuck with me. And I think he's a really good professor and had a big impact on my college career as well. Okay, so for the impactful or the most impactful experience that I've had while going to school at App State, I would have to say is actually working part time at Outback Steakhouse. I think school is good for, learning that material and stuff that you need. Just the knowledge and skills you need to be a successful business person. But working at Outback, I feel like it taught me a lot more of um, just how to, you know, how to be in the work experience or in the workforce. For example, it taught me a lot about, working in a, high stress, fast paced environment. Um, the kind of relationships you should have with, your bosses, coworkers, and customers, and kind of, how to go about, effectively communicating with angry customers or coworkers, just because working in the restaurant or the food industry, it can be, very fast paced and very intense. So emotions could flare up and stuff like that. And learning how to effectively communicate with customers and coworkers to where you can de-escalate the situation and everybody comes out satisfied or happy. I feel like is a huge skill that will definitely help me in my career later in life. Okay, so here's just some of the short term and long term goals I have. Business wise, I didn't really go into my personal goals, but so, for short term goals, I wanna find a job after college. I don't have one yet. I'm not set up for one yet, so I want to find a job, and I really just want to, because I don't really know for sure what I want to go into yet. So I want to figure out my role, kind of, where I belong, and really just find my niche within the field. Um, and then for my long term goal, I want to eventually, once I'm, in the field for a bit and I learn more about it and I kind of figure out my niche and stuff like that more. I'm hoping I can use these newfound skills and knowledge to start my own business one day. All right. Thank you for watching my presentation. If you want to get in contact with me, my App State email is below, or you can contact my personal email as well. And yeah, thank you for watching.